Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and we are doing a beautiful reading for you today, and it's dealing with your magic. So the cards that came out was the Ace of Earth with Nettle, Six of Earth with Pine, and also the Knight of Air, which is the Knight of Swords, intellectual, determined, and motivated. The biggest message I get from these cards, Pisces, is that you have overcome, you have gone forward in times much worse than these. And it's kind of weird to say this, but sometimes we let the littlest things trip us up. You know, the turning a decision into action when we've overcome stuff that came at us with vengeance and furor. You know, like those moments in life that took your breath away. We've survived it. We've become really resilient. And while I think that some of that may have acted as giving us a lot of knowledge, some of it has also kind of scarred us or scared us away from taking more chances. Thinking that living a life of chance is when bad things happen. And a lot of the times, if you think of the really bad things that happen, it's not really anything that you've done. Like, you know, I'm talking big things like losing loved ones, or sometimes things just happen and it's beyond your control. But I feel that that beyond control thing that happens makes us want to have more control on our lives and then stops us moving forward. So this is about growing and growing pains. It's also about sharing your knowledge, okay? And being motivated to continue. So we're going to start with these two because they came out together. We're going to do a reading on this one later on today. So hope you can join us then. And here we go. So like I said, the Ace of Earth is the Ace of Pentacles. It's about planting a seed. The Six of Earth for me in Tarot is about finding your personal balance. So the seed that you're planting is one that's going to help you grow in your life. That's going to bring you that balance, right? Because I'm using this deck as an oracle, I'm going to read from the book and what the meanings have, especially for the different plants and trees that it's representing. So for the Ace of Earth, the Nettle. Health and wealth may begin with a sting. Like that. Take the next step even if it hurts. Let your gifts take root in the physical world. A dense evergreen forest is brimming with life. The broken branches of a giant moss-covered evergreen trees make way for the sun. A healthy stand of nettles is illuminated. The tiny poison-filled syringes on the leaves and stem glisten in the light. An admiral butterfly flits about it until it lands to lay eggs underneath one of the serrated leaves. The beginning of a new project can be challenging. Respond to practical developments with action. The outcome is closer than you think. Nettle stops us when it brushes against our skin and stings. Pay attention to what is calling. Nettle may be a familiar weed, but is also potent medicine. You already have access to the resources you desire, but you may need to accept it first. Rope, baskets, and clothing are also made with nettle. Find stability and prosperity in fulfilling work that takes root in the physical world. Develop your skills and enjoy your creations. Receive the gifts of the earth. Build on the path of your ancestors. Again, yesterday we were talking about ancestors, and today they are coming back up again. Build from what you have learned, everything that they've taught you, everything that they've passed on, the good, the bad, everything. It's all wisdom that you carry with you. Okay? And then you have the Six of Earth, or the Six of Earth, and it's the Pine. And ground yourself in community, share your resources, your generosity will circle back to you, and the soul remains evergreen. I like that. A circle of ancient stone surrounds a warm fire. A rustic pine table shows small muslin bundles adorned with red string, pine sprigs, and cones. Bundles made with friends at solstice. The sun has set and moonlight glows across the field. The shadow of a rich evergreen forest is seen beyond the meadow. Life is generative. Share with friends. Support each other in times of plenty and times of lack. Celebrate what you have. Pine is an evergreen tree that keeps its needles all year, providing medicine, materials for baskets, and shelter for forest creatures. It is a living embodiment of everlasting life. As the pine is gracious with its resources, be generous with those in need. Honor the people in the land that have provided you with the foundation, security, and resources on which you now rely. Again, talking about generations before. Okay? It says, gather the community together and teach what you know. Share, going forward, what you have, like people have shared with you. Okay? Recognize the bounty in your life. Look for ways to share your abundance with others. Very beautiful messages that come in with these cards, Pisces. So your magic is about growing pains, and it's about sharing your growth experience with others. So there's quite a few messages coming in with these cards. I'm going to take from the Mystical Shaman. Ooh, okay. We have the card, the Seer, coming in, 45, 9, nice number. You guys know how I feel about 9. It's the ultimate light number for me. And let's see. The essence of the Seer. The Seer represents a capacity to reach beyond the obvious details of life into the hidden realms of where information is available to those with the discernment to perceive it. Nice. This symbol represents psychic perception, intuition. Oh, and here comes intuition again, Pisces. All week this week. Intuition. Intuition. Trust your gut. Right? And the capacity to know something without prior exposure. The Seer knows truth, always seeks truth beyond all else, and sees reality as it truly is without judgment. The Seer can read between the lines and understand what is not being said. He represents the power of clarity and being able to recognize patterns. Right, so it is about patterns, right? Everything you've learned, patterns, intuition, it all plays into your success. The Seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles, even through a maze, but the hidden realms don't follow the rules of two-dimensional map. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen, to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The Seer has gifted you with his magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and your vision is clear. So, absolutely, if you're planting something and it stings, and you're thinking, well, my gut brought me here, and it hurt, and growth is painful, there's a lesson, there's a truth, there's a wisdom. If you look back through your ancestors, you can see the evergreen, the forever, right? The pine that goes through every season, yet remains. The one thing that you can really focus on, Pisces, and the magic you can focus on is that people have done this forever. We come, we grow, we go through growing pains through lifetime. We share our knowledge and then move on. And then the next generation does the same. The best thing you can do in this lifetime is share something and put it somewhere where people can find it. You know, I see too many circles being repeated over and over again. The same lessons being learned over and over again. And some of it, well, it's because we have journeys and contracts to fulfill, and I understand that. But there's so many things that if we took the time and were smart enough to put it somewhere where we could go through the history of time, where systems better than our human brains could hold that knowledge and make sure that we don't forget, such as books and now systems, etc. So that we are not deemed to repeat the same mistakes over and over again, right? And the biggest way of doing is to share. Share a lot. Share it on paper. Share it. Like I said, paper is really good. Books are really good. Old books get rediscovered with wonderful wisdom that applies today. Don't ever underestimate the power of a book. And I don't know, Pisces. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Most certainly trust your intuition. That's coming in a lot. Your gut will lead you very far, even when your knowledge fails you a little bit. Even when you feel like you may not be going on the right path, but somehow you keep going, right? So, let's pull some tarot here, my beautiful ones. This one came jumping out of the deck. Didn't come out, but came jumping out of the deck. I felt the need to grab it, put it down. 8 of Earth. That quality work, right? Again, this one. What is it? Transformation came jumping out of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. Look at these gorgeous cards. And the Moon. Okay, so let's widen this out a little bit, Pisces, and take a look at it here. So, we have the 8 of Earth. The job well done, doing quality, not quantity work. Transformation. Transitioning into a new phase. It's profound change as well, right? It's not just a regeneration and a rebirth. It's a profound change. The Wheel of Fortune showing a cycle shift. And the Moon, intuition. Okay? This reading, it's intuition. It's paying attention to your dreams. And really tapping into the power of the Moon, Pisces. Which is our beautiful guide, right? All I feel is that you have done some really fantastic work here in the lifetime that you've been here doing all of this. And I don't think you give yourself enough credit for it, Pisces. You should. You should give yourself plenty of credit. You should also be you should be the #1 fan of everything you do from this point on. Because you're always striving. Just for the simple fact that you are here every day, listening to these sessions where I'm telling you that you should be good with yourself, happy with yourself, proud of yourself, right? You're always trying to improve something within you by being here. Have the Patience card, which is a Temperance card. The Empress. These are such gorgeous cards for your your magic this week, Pisces. Oh, look at this. The Empress and the Emperor. Look at this. Absolutely. Divine Masculine and Feminine, the couple. The perfect coupling. The well-being. It's just like getting the lovers, but creatively. With the Emperor, the stability of the Emperor, the creativity of the mind. You're working in balance. This is all about balance. You've been very patient in your life, waiting for your ship to come in. And that's what I feel. I feel like you have been waiting for your ship to come in. Not knowing that you were the actual ship, okay? You didn't need to wait for anything to come in, Pisces. You had it within you to do it. It was always, you were always able to go home, Dorothy. You always had the magic, okay? And I'm quoting the Wizard of Oz. You've always had the magic, Pisces. It's just that now you're tapping into it. You're realizing how it applies to you and what you need to do to get that magic. This is your time to shine. It's your time to reap the rewards. It's your time to call yourself a master. To say you're knowledgeable in life. That the experiences that you've had and seen have made you a powerful force in your own journey. Page of Air. Six of Earth. There it is again. And the Ten of Fire. Okay. Oh, look at that. What a mess. Isn't that wonderful? But it's not. It's just a pause. It's just a little sting. It's just a little imbalance. Came in with the Page of Air. Why? Well, because the Page of Air is there to bring that imbalance, isn't it? I'm going to make it go bigger here so you can take a look. Sure it is. But you're not. Even though all the cards are jumbled, you have everything that you still need here. Nothing is gone, it's just kind of in the wrong order, right? So, you have the Page of Air here and the Six of Earth. The Page of Air is here to show you maybe the wrong talk that goes in your brain, the wrong focus. We've been talking a lot about that this week, how you put the focus on the wrong thing because you've got influenced by somebody, or you heard something, or it's that talk that you've heard since you're young. You've had experiences that made you second guess, or maybe just made you pause a little too long, and now you're second guessing everything. But this Ten of Fire is the burden card. Yes, it is. But if you look at it, is that she's burning the stuff. Do you see that? I feel every time I hear it's like you're burning bridges behind you. And I feel that you're just burning everything. You're burning the stuff that no longer is required in your life. This looks like paperwork. Is it music? I don't think so. It doesn't look. It looks like tax documents to me. Shouldn't do that, Pisces. I'm not saying that, but they look like just paperwork, you know, like from work. And I feel that you're just taking the work out of life. You're taking the stuff that you created. This Page of Air is looking up at the feather like going, oh, woe is me, look, it's flying above me, I can't fly, completely forgetting or having the knowledge that there's a full set of wings behind her. I always feel like the Page of Swords is that person who finds the excuses of why not to do things. Not based on reality, simply based on thinking you can't do it, or having people telling you can't do it. Don't take people's opinions always just without checking the resources behind, okay? If you don't want to hurt somebody's feeling, do it on your own. Like you don't have to do it in front of their face. If they say, you can't do that, and then you Google it, well, according to Google, it says you don't have to do that. You can go on your own and try and see and find different solutions. They may be right in part about something, but there may be a workaround for things. And that's what I always say. There may be a workaround. Don't base yourself on somebody else's knowledge. Check your own first. And check your intuition. If your intuition believes that somehow you can do it, there is probably a way that you can. Maybe it's something you just haven't thought of yet. But the more you search and the more you use your own knowledge to find answers, the more you're going to reach, the more likely you're going to reach your goal, right? If you keep looking, I was saying this week, if you keep looking at failure, you're going to crash right into it. If you're instead steering into the possibilities that you really want, then you increase your possibilities tenfold from what they were before if you had just looked at the possible failure and giving into that right away. Okay? So you need to burn that old way of thinking, that old burden. You need to get rid of these. And that's what she's doing. She's, getting rid of those burdens. It's like, I'm not putting up with this. And maybe that's why that fell down as well. Let me see. Let me see her, Pisces. Burning away, releasing the excess, ending clear ways to beginnings. In this moment, I do the work of decluttering my life. All that I release will take new form and serve the greater whole. But I no longer need to hold on to it simply because it once seemed to have value for me. I thank it for what it did for me, but say goodbye to the emotions, relationships, and situations that I realize do not belong in my life anymore. And this book came crumbling down because it was underneath, so maybe, not maybe, most likely. And you have the card of, see what she's doing with that? This is burning, and now it is something different, something new. Okay? So there you go, Pisces. That's your beautiful reading for this morning. It was a little bit everywhere, but I think there was something for everybody. Usually my readings have one specific theme, but I feel it went into different areas because all of our magic is different, right? So whatever really resonated with you in this reading, that was meant for you. And that's part of your intuition. That's part of you going, I felt that. I felt that somewhere deep. All right. So I'm going to let you go, and we're going to look at the Knight of Air, how motivated you are, how go-getter you are, how you haven't given up through time, met up with the challenges, with the sword of truth, and really fighting for your spot. And we're going to look at that later on. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings, Pisces, as always. And take care. I will see you later. Bye for now.